Hello everyone. Today I just picked up this Murray 4.5 horsepower 20-inch mulcher. Got this at a thrift store, around 25 bucks or so. Really kind of hesitant about buying it because don't really need another push mower right now, but it was so clean and it's hard to say no because everything seems to function properly on it, and it looks very clean, especially considering it's probably from the 90s, just looking at that sticker there. So we're talking the Quantum XTE. Not exactly sure about the date. Try to do a little more research. If I find anything, I'll include that in the video. Oil is not, the color anyway is not too bad. I don't think it's got, yeah, it's dry as a bone. Before adding any gas to the tank, I think I'm just going to take the filter off here and put some starter fluid or something I can find here. Maybe gas treatment. That doesn't look too bad. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and add some gas now and prime it here. Primer bulb looks to be pretty good, but I can tell, so let's go ahead and put some gas and try it out. I think that should be enough. Okay, so just added a little bit of gas. What I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to set the camera up for this, but I'll be priming this probably 7 to 10 times, I guess. Then I'm going to put on choke, push it all the way down, and give it a first time start here and see what happens. Doesn't seem like it's getting primed here. Okay, I turned it off. I'm gonna try to start it again. Okay, so yeah, something's wrong with the carburetor. It's idling very high, and you can see that I couldn't turn it off from the control here. It just runs in one speed there. So I'm going to go ahead and take off the shroud here and take the carburetor off anyway. I don't know if I probably can just take it off from here. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do next. Okay, so those 3 screws are out now. There's a rubber hose here and here that has to come out where I can pull this. Okay, got that off. See the linkage here still connected. Bolt here and a bolt here. Remove the gas line here. So just looking at this linkage here, I don't see how this is doing anything. You can see choke is not closing. So I'm going to go ahead and take the carburetor off and just take a look at it. Okay, so I need to remove it here. And you can see how the spring is connected here to this loop. And we can remove the hose here, and we're good. Try to get a better focus here. This is just frozen here, so maybe I can get a better idea what's going on after taking the bowl off here. So here's a look at the carburetor, the bowl off and the float off, and I finally got this choke freed up by just spraying some penetrating oil. Sprayed it in here and inside here, and just kept working it back and forth. Still needs to be a little better, I believe, and so I'm going to soak this carburetor in some parts cleaner. I was able to get this gasket off. Really needs to be replaced, but I think I'm going to try to use it again. This rubber ring here, I'm not even going to attempt to take that off. I'm going to go ahead and just soak that with the parts cleaner. Shouldn't do that. I don't have another ring. So yeah, it's kind of what I'm working with here. So here's a look at the bowl. You can see part of that ring on the side over here. Float seems to be okay. Here's the jet. So I'm going to go ahead and soak these parts here. Parts cleaning, I thought I would go ahead and try to clean up these wheels because they are really pretty filthy. Okay, so now I'm just going to start putting it back together. Pretty happy with the way it cleaned up. So here's the problem I'm having here. So the carburetor, I had it off and I was trying to work on the linkage before I bolted it on. I thought I had it like I wanted it, but what's happening is the governor here pushed. It's supposed to be pushing. There's a spring. I don't know if you can see it. See that end right here? It's supposed to be pushing against that loop and operating a little butterfly there, closing the choke, opening the choke. So did it a couple times there, but it's missing there. So I'm going to have to do a little finagling here, some bending maybe, so that it lines up better, opens and closes. So that's what I'm going to be working on right now. Okay, so just took the carburetor back off and took a screwdriver and just opened this loop right here. Just created a space so that this will be able to hit a little easier instead of missing so much. So I'm going to put the carburetor in place, kind of hold it in place and see if that's going to work a little better. Okay, so I took the linkage from out of this hole here, and that's what I've been putting it back in. And so there's another hole right here, and I went ahead and put it in that hole. And I think that's the one we're going to be going with because it seems to be working a little bit better here. I could even probably mount it and show you kind of what's going on. No, I can't. I'm using one hand here, so. Let me go ahead and line it up a little bit better. Alright, so I don't know why the linkage was in the other hole. I don't know if they put the lawnmower together that way or if someone changed something later on. I'm thinking it's they put it together that way because the lawnmower doesn't really look like it's been used that much. So yeah, when the linkage is in the other hole, so here's what we have. Obviously the way it's supposed to be. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything back together and give it a try again here. So with the carburetor now back on, the linkage hooked up, I'm going to get it down now and try to start it up for the first time. Alright, clamp came off, so let's try it again here. All right, so that choke is working like it's supposed to now, since I use the other hole in the linkage. I'm not exactly sure yet if the primer bulb is working like it's supposed to. It did crank. I had to pump it a lot. I didn't really hear any fuel going into the car, but you know, it did crank pretty easy. So I'm going to revisit that probably sometime. But for now, yeah, that choke is working great. I'm going to be able to use a lawnmower, I believe. Too bad there's no leaves here to see how the mulcher works with leaves. But guess that'll be it this time. Thanks for watching. Till next time, everybody, have a great day. Take care.